Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Rizal bin Omar. My metric card number is 1CP190074. So today I will talk about the soil sampling methods. There are 5 sampling methods altogether for disturbed and undisturbed soil sample. So let's see.
The first test is test pits. Test pits are carried out in order to recover large bulk samples of soil or if detailed visual examination of the strata is required. The process are samples were taken by cutting soil with caution and be careful. Soil can be dug by hand or using a backhoe excavator, generally up to 3.5 meter deep. If the test hole is greater than 1.2 meter and is intended for human access, then the safety hole should be made safe from possible structural collapse. Samples taken are stored in airtight container. The advantages of the test is this test can be performed quickly and easily compared to other sampling methods. But the disadvantages are the level of surface interference and difficulty in performing effective excavation. The second test for undisturbed is thin wall sampler. Samples of soft fine-grained cohesive soils in an effort to recover intact samples which are representative of the in-situ soil density and water content. The process are undisturbed sample is taken using stainless steel casing. There are two types of casing, U2 1.1 meter length and U3 500 cm. This casing will be pushed inside the drilling hole using hydraulic or pounded with hammer to obtain a sample. After that, the sample will be sealed to prevent changes of soil properties. The advantages are can obtain an undisturbed sample of fine-grained soils such as silt and clay, relatively common and inexpensive to collect. But disadvantages are one test per sample tube and cannot advance sampler in medium to coarse grain soil or bedrock. The last test for undisturbed sample is Messier sampler. The process are using triple wall core barrel permits removal of the sample as it is taken from the ground, guaranteed the in situ condition of the core. That's why these samples, in addition, good for large diameter geological laboratory tests beyond geological purposes. The inner tube made of plastic and continuously cover the sample. The wire line system allows that only the core barrel, second and third tubes have pulled out the surface after 1 or 2 meter core drilling, while the other tube, the first, work as a casing. The advantages of this test is undisturbed core samples from source soil, nil wall coefficient. The disadvantages is 3 times bigger than common size and need H casing. We go up to the disturbed sample. The first test for disturbed sample is standard penetration test. The standard penetration tests are carried out in a borehole. The test will measure the resistance of the soil strata to the penetration undergone. A drop hammer of 63.5 kg mass falling through a height of 750 mm at the rate of 30 blows per minute. The sampler is driven into the soil. The number of blows of hammer required to drive a depth of 150 mm is counted. Further, it is driven by 100 mm, 150 mm and the below blows are counted. The advantages are relatively quick and simple to perform, provides useful index of relative strength and compressibility of the soil, able to penetrate dense layers, gravel and fill, but while the disadvantages are samples that are obtained from the SPT are disturbed. The SPT does not typically provide continuous data, for example 5 feet intervals. Therefore, important data such as weak seams may be missed. So the last test for the disturbed sample is cone penetration test. The cone penetration test soundings can be very effective in site characterization, especially sites with discrete stratigraphic horizons or discontinuous lenses. Cone penetration test rig pushes a steel cone about 32 mm wide into the ground, generally up to 20 m below the surface or until the cone reaches the hard layer. The steel cone contains an electronic measuring system that records tip resistance and sleeve friction. As the cone is pushed into the ground, the soil is respond with different degrees of resistance. The advantages of this test is real-time measurement, reproducible results, and rapid and inexpensive. While the advantages are no sample recovered requires special equipment and skilled operator.
That's all about soil sampling methods. So stay home and stay safe. Thank you.